Hey there, fans of brotherly love wrestling. It is I, Vic Delicious.
Philly's own, the Mecca here.
It is the real McCoy, J.D.X. Justin D. Xavier. And
it's your man, CD, the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
Hello, boys and girls. This is your old friend, RJ City.
Hey there, brotherly love wrestling. Bill Carr here.
Hey everyone, this is two-time guest Wheeler Yuta.
Two bozos from Philadelphia flapping their gums about pro wrestling this, pro wrestling that.
Which is not that unique in the grand scheme of things yet.
You are in for a treat because you're tuned in to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
Philadelphia, are you ready?
No! They said, are you ready?
This is Brotherly Love Wrestling Podcast, your first stop for everything professional wrestling. So sit back and enjoy wrestling talk at its finest with your hosts, Larry Hall and Joe Corrado.
Welcome everybody to Brotherly Love Wrestling.
That's what we call a prelude.
A prelude?
Yeah.
Okay.
To the intro.
Yeah, that's true.
We're like a '90s sitcom. I feel like you remember in that old,
without the clap track. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But we should get one.
Yeah. Well, that I feel like that's a Boss Jock era that we should have had that.
We just got to upgrade the equipment.
Okay.
So we got an actual one. We got to find it on like eBay or something, like some movie theater.
Then we would really need a in-house producer to hit the laugh track and the clap track and all that.
Bill would love to do that. He would definitely fuck it up on purpose.
Absolutely. He would have like chickens clucking when you were talking.
Ducks would be quacking and shit.
Anyway, welcome to the show,
Jigs.
And
give me a watermelon.
We'll be talking about SummerSlam, obviously. What I thought was a great event. I thought they did a good job with all the matches, with the exception of probably the MMA rules match with Baszler and Rousey. I thought it could have been more legit, but
I mean, let's face it. As soon as it got tagged that
the MMA rules,
yeah, we all knew what it was going to be.
Yeah,
weirdly, WWE produced what we want you to think it's an MMA fight, but it's actually a choreographed MMA fight where it was doomed.
Yeah.
It was doomed from jump. They should have just called it a regular match and let them fucking do the same shit. At least there wouldn't have been that tagline behind it.
Yes. Yeah, or an expectation behind it at all. Would have just been, all right, let's see how they pay off this feud.
Yeah, but I don't think that was the payoff.
I don't know. From what people are saying, that's what that was for. It was having Baszler
to get Shayna over.
Yeah, and kind of get Rousey out of the way. I don't know. I hope so, because and look, Baszler cut a promo last night, was supposed to come out and be a heel, and everyone kept saying thank you, Shayna. So I mean,
yeah, I don't. Why not just turn her into a face?
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do that, but
I mean, Zoe Stark was more of the heel in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Shayna was the face in the. She's just supposed to be that tweener badass where she's gonna cut the same promo, and the audience is going to decide whether or not to cheer or boo her.
Yeah,
right now they're cheering her.
Yeah,
so it's going to be the same promo.
They're just appreciative that she got rid of Rousey. That's all. But that's really why.
Did she get rid?
I fucking hope so.
Weird eyeshadow. Ronda Rousey.
I hope so.
That's what her music should be. It should just be a bunch of birds.
So like the beginning of Sting's music when he was in WWE with the crow?
Yeah. Maybe we do a different bird?
I don't know.
I don't know any other bird sounds.
Well, me either.
Is that chicken? A chick?
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, would you stop throwing us off?
So, Cody Brock, I think for the third one, him to get abused as he's been getting abused every Monday Night Raw that he's seen, and it just
A new weird look for Brock at the end of that one, huh?
Right?
I don't think we've ever seen that, have we? I don't ever think we've ever seen that.
No, no one's ever seen it. And
I don't think that ever existed.
From what, and look, they can say whatever they want and keep it kayfabe all they want. From what Hunter said in the press conference afterwards, that was completely unplanned. No one knew it was coming. Cody didn't know it was coming. Brock did that on his own. Exactly.
I mean, either way,
with a grain of salt.
Either
saying.
I mean, either way, even if that was like the answer that we're getting, it was still a good moment.
No one saw it coming. No one believed it. And the fact that he held his arm up, hugged him, like, all right, shaking his hand. I
thought he was going to F5 him.
Yeah. I think most people did. I think Cody probably did.
It was so weird. It was weird, but it was Cowboy Brock. He peeked his head through again.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy Brock knew what he was doing.
And I think the ultimate
warrior.
No. I don't know if I even want to say passing of the torch.
No.
But like just the ultimate sign of
it was a sign of respect.
Yeah, and this guy deserves to be where he's going and where he is in the company.
Well, they had a fight, and Brock is a fighter. So after you lose, you graciously, if you're a good sport, shake the hand of the opponent.
Yeah.
I love watching the old clips of Lesnar in MMA. Like the one you sent me the other day. I think I sent that to you prior. And I think you just, like, months later, sent it back to me. We're going to have to double check.
Huh, okay.
But I know
Frank Mir making fun of Lesnar training.
And then him beating the shit out of him.
Shit out of Mir.
Beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that stuff. I love Brock and MMA.
Imagine if Brock were to somehow be able to have done them both at the same time. Imagine if he was able to do them like the fucking.
I'm sure he could have. I think with Brock Lesnar, I think anything's
possible.
possible.
Do you think Lesnar? Here, I'm going to sidetrack us. This is probably doing doom for what you had planned for after the show, but
go ahead.
I do this
a lot. You're pretty good at it.
Is Brock a megastar?
Yes.
Yes.
Without hesitation. Yes.
Elaborate.
I think Brock Lesnar,
a megastar.
This two simple words that I think when I think Brock Lesnar is box office. I think no matter what, if Brock Lesnar is on the card, even non-wrestling fans are going to watch Brock Lesnar. Are going to want to see Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, MMA fans.
And I think there's not many.
He's cross-cultural.
Yes. There's not many that can do that. Like, you could say Cena and all that. Cena was Cena.
But no one else is going to bring the MMA eyes like Lesnar.
Like Lesnar, exactly. So I think he is absolutely, and at this point, first ballot, without a doubt, WWE Hall of Famer.
Oh, I agree with that. And first ballot for sure.
I think next to Andre the Giant, the biggest box office WWE has ever seen.
No, bigger than Hogan?
No. Follow me. Hogan is top wrestler, Mount Rushmore, all that shit. I'm talking box office attraction.
Oh, like a special attraction.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
When Brock comes in, there's a whole new level to that card or to that match, no matter what. Hogan was Hogan.
It's still that way.
Yes.
No, I know what you're saying. Like
I'm not saying he's over Flair and over Hogan and best wrestler of all time. I'm not saying that. As far as box office, gotta see when his name is on the marquee, it's no matter what, it's must watch. It's Andre. Andre was the same way. People that didn't watch wrestling watch Andre the Giant. You ask people in their 40s and 50s who are not wrestling fans, and they find out you are, and they're like, yeah, you know what? When I was a kid, I remember Andre the Giant. It's one of the first names anybody will say is Andre the Giant. I put Brock up there because Brock Lesnar has the same effect on people, and wrestling fans included.
Very interesting way to take it. I was iffy.
Okay.
If you consider Brock a megastar, I don't know if he's like
in whose eyes.
Well, here, let me elaborate a little bit more. Like megastar, I think of like the typical, the ones that went everywhere, that were like pop culture icons, like the Stone Colds, the Rocks, the Hogans.
Okay.
Even the to a little bit lesser, the Savages, the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that many more. Cena.
Yeah,
all right,
Cena.
so I'll put Cena in that same echelon, and Flair. I'll put Flair in that same.
Flair, absolutely.
Say in that same echelon, but I don't know if there's too many more that are like that reach the level not only in the wrestling world but everywhere. Like Flair's in fucking rap songs and shit.
Has basketball players dropping
shoes.
dropping
the
shoes,
Ric Flairs, the fucking you got
the Dame Sevens.
Hogan speaks for himself. Austin speaks for himself.
Rock, Cena.
Rock and Cena went the movie route and they became even bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that just helped them.
Yeah,
I mean, they were known about prior, but that helped spread them even more.
The only knock against Lesnar in your
I put that as the megastar level.
All right. Well, if you look at it like that, then no.
Like, because what would be higher?
There's
nothing. There's nothing.
I don't think so. No. But I do believe
I like that terminology though. I think that would be a 1 and 1A, like that box office draw where it catches more than just casual. It catches more eyes, like a broader spectrum.
Yeah.
Like Brock's like right there, but the megastardom, I look at the megastardom as if they hit like they were immortalized in pop culture.
Okay.
I don't.
Now I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Brock hasn't hit that, but he's a special. Like a very, very, very good special attraction.
Yeah.
And I agree. I think that's a good spot to put it as box office. And I think you're right. I don't think there's that many of them.
No,
that you can think of that. Like you hit the card and you're just like, oh, this is gonna be like hopefully something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
In certain times. I mean, but even the Brock and Seth stuff, like when Seth won the Rumble and faced Brock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it didn't have as much pizzazz for Brock.
True. Yeah. But yeah, in that definition, you're right. He's not exactly megastar, but I think, like I said, he's category of his own, just like Andre is a category of his own in that same kind of realm.
Yeah.
Move to the Slim Jim Battle Royal.
I told you I was gonna.
That's okay.
Derail, but this is I'll throw together interesting questions throughout the show. I'll be the brain, the brainiac tonight.
The thing that popped me the most about the Battle Royal was that was Survivor.
Hold on, wait. Who can I take a guess on what popped you the most?
Okay.
You were saying Survivor though, so now I think I'm off.
No. Go ahead, keep going.
It's LA Knight.
Well, of course it's LA Knight, but
it's LA Knight.
But before the match, just the video package that they play with the Slim Jims and having Macho Man and making it the Slim Jim Battle Royal, it was awesome. And they did a really good job making that feel bigger when it really means nothing.
It really didn't. It was a way to get
all those.
Yeah. I think it was a way to get LA Knight a win on the card.
And you got a lot of guys on the pay-per-view and got eyes.
No, that's all well and good, but I think it was just LA Knights.
Yes.
To have.
Yeah, what is that called? Not just for participating, but consolation prize. Because
it is. But I mean, was there that many more louder pops of the night?
No,
when he won.
No,
he won a just then made up battle royal, the Slim Jim Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Well, at least they didn't give him a goofy fucking trophy.
No, it was just Battle Royal.
He did. But what about the Andre the Giant?
I know.
Is it Mae Young?
No, remember they nixed the whole one.
It was
just the women's wrestling.
Oh no, it was supposed to be Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah.
So Mae Young still has a Mae Young Classic.
Correct.
They should have named it the China Project.
Anyway.
Yes, LA Knight. Yeah.
So we'll see what's to come with LA Knight.
We already know what's to come.
We can go to Monday Night Raw.
Bounce back and forth.
All right, we'll go back to Raw
because we are saying it's Tuesday, right?
True,
because it is.
Yeah, it is.
And this is let's keep it relevant.
So we get the Miz coming out, doing Miz TV, and he starts immediately talking trash on LA Knight, and you have LA Knight come out.
Miz was on his A game.
Big time.
Miz he's got gears.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, he's sinking his fucking teeth into. This was that classic Miz fucking
talking.
heel.
It was talking smack Miz.
Yeah.
That's what it was. With Daniel Bryan, it was that level Miz, because you could see it in his eyes. You could see the passion in his eyes. He's not that good of an actor. He really isn't.
Are you trying to say that when he started the Marine 43, it wasn't good?
I'm just saying he does not act very well, and that was a great performance he put on last night on Raw. And LA Knight, I thought
TV.
I thought
Live fucking TV.
answered
It's
the bell.
amazing.
Like
No, he did. It was my favorite promo that I've seen in a long time.
And he was less, what everyone keeps saying, he was less like Austin and Rock and more himself, and came off more legitimate, you know what I mean, more real in that promo than he has in the envelope promo where he says he's going to shove it up his ass, or like, you know what I mean? He seemed more like a normal person.
He's going against someone where you're not going to be able to. Miz will pick it apart.
Yeah, true.
And he doesn't. You can't give Miz ammo because Miz will use it. Because Miz knows how to take a promo. He knows how to lead it.
Yeah, yeah. And damn sure did that last night.
It was fucking amazing.
It was. Yeah, it was great.
I know it's probably 1, 2, or 3 off, but I like it. I'm excited for it. I mean, Miz. It brings. I think this honestly brings Miz back to more of a relevance. Thank you.
Yep.
Than he's been in a while.
Yeah, you're right, dude. What's he done?
In turn, this also helps boost LA Knight.
Yeah, putting him with a
Miz.
A vet who's been there forever
someone
and
who
done
can
it.
Talk, someone who can let him go toe to toe with someone on the. It's like it is a stepping stone.
Absolutely,
it's a fucking stepping.
As pissed off as Miz got for him saying that, that's exactly what Miz is.
Because if he can hold his own with all of these people, then what's to say he's not championship material?
So I was listening to yesterday. I was listening to a podcast while working.
How dare you?
And
was it a wrestling podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it was,
at least you're doing your homework.
I think it was Kevin Nash's podcast from last week.
So it wasn't one of those small town.
I've been looking for those, to be honest. Like just switch it up. I found a couple, but I just felt like listening to Kevin Nash before SummerSlam, and then they were talking about stars and stuff like that, and I got to thinking what me and you said maybe 2 years ago. It depends, and we were talking about will there ever be?
We could check tape.
Another guy, like the guy. I remember we were saying how WWE doesn't really want there to be a guy that stands above the company. They want to, you know what I mean? Like, and then of course now Roman happened.
Yeah,
and Roman is what it is. But Roman's winding down. Like he's already on a abbreviated contract.
They saw how much it worked when they had someone who was carrying like a Cena style.
Yes, exactly.
It's a shame he's going on an abbreviated schedule.
True, but LA Knight, as I'm watching SummerSlam, and I see the reaction that his entrance gets, and then him winning, and then I watch that promo
with the Slim Jim.
Well, I meant the promo with Miz.
Last night.
Yeah, I thought like, man, could he be one of those guys? Could he elevate that much? Could he be believable enough to be one of the next guys? Like Cody, I think in a more near future is going to be the guy. But LA Knight, man, I think he could get there. Even though he's in his early 40s, like that's the prime for wrestlers. They have more knowledge. They're smarter. They know how to work. They know the chemistry. They know the psychology. I don't know, man. This guy seems to have it. And I think it behind Cody, because I think Cody's going to be the guy for the next 2, 3, 4 years. Yeah, Seth as well. But I think LA Knight is going to be right up there. If they obviously give the ball to him and let him run with it.
I mean, right now, he's that spot that we talked about that made the Attitude Era so great. They had a very strong mid-card.
Yeah.
And right now, LA Knight's pretty much the standard bearer and the the guy of the mid card.
Mhm.
I mean, I know what you're saying, mid card.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he hasn't held a title yet. He's not. I mean, he's arguably the most popular in the company, but he's still the mid card guy.
Yes. Yep.
Who's
Still has to
this-
build his way.
Yeah, but who's to say they want to elevate? Because he's what's making a lot of that fucking entertaining.
That's true. No, he doesn't have to be
you
the
have-
main segment.
You have your guys up at you have, like you said, Cody, Seth.
I'm just
Roman.
saying down.
I think
like,
right now they're making Jey Uso one of those guys. Like he's got.
I don't see as great as Jay is, and he is
Here's the
fucking
thing. I'm
phenomenal.
about to say this, and it's probably going to piss some people off, and you might. I don't know. You're not going to get mad. You'll probably actually see the some truth in it.
Mhm.
Remember Daniel Bryan?
Yes.
How he wasn't the guy.
Mhm.
He's small in stature.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay is blatantly smaller than Roman.
Well, yeah.
But he's more than proven that he's a workhorse and a great storyteller and going to be an amazing babyface if it plays out in the route that it's playing out.
Mm-hmm.
He could have a Daniel Bryan run. That could push him into a top tier type level. He could be he's better on the mic.
Yeah. I think his emotions, his facials are better by far.
Like wrestling isn't, obviously.
No,
But
yeah.
He wrestles
yeah.
at WWE and heavily Samoan style.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, you're going to get what you're going to get, but I would even put Jey Uso in the same, in a category a little bit higher than LA Knight to where he's actually at.
I agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. I do like. So I want to move on to the triple threat, the women's triple threat, because for the first,
it was a fine match.
We'll see, and I agree. That's kind of where I was going with it. I'm watching it and I'm going, man, I really thought this was going to deliver more.
All right, I'm going to throw something out at you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to throw something out at you because I was sitting on this one the other day.
Okay,
but it's starting like it was for a different match.
Mm-hmm.
Forget what fucking match, but triple threat matches. I think or triple threat or multi-person matches. I think they are made for mid-card titles.
You don't think they're made for
the
world title?
I don't think they're as good.
There can be exceptions to the rule.
There can, yeah, absolutely. There's probably, there's not that many though that are that many exceptions for the main title. When done right, it can be great, but usually it's chaos, and chaos is meant for that mid card title. Like I like chaos for those matches, like the Intercontinental Championship ladder matches or just,
North American title,
ladder matches and shit like that. Like that mid title is meant for a multi-person match. I think it's just. There doesn't have to be like I feel like a substantial story should be being told for
one-on-one.
Yeah, for the main title.
So, and
I think the third person's a cop out.
See,
honestly,
that's
always except for mid cards.
Yeah, well, that was the point I literally made watching it, and I turned to Kyle and I go, "This is the reason I'm not a big fan of triple threat matches, because." No matter what, you're always throwing someone out, and it's becoming a one-on-one match anyway.
Yeah,
that at least that's the formula for a lot of triple threat matches. If you watch it, at least three.
Some are faster paced.
But at least 3 or 4 times, someone's getting thrown out of the ring. They spend the time on the floor, and the two people go for a while, and then they bring them back in.
Yeah, it's for the save of the pin or submission.
And then vice versa, someone else goes out. Just the way it always is, it always has been. And then Bianca gets thrown out and lands on her knee. And they do the injury thing. And she's getting carried out or helped out anyway. And I see her turn and look back at the ring and then keep walking. And I look and I lean over and I go, she's going to have a Willis Reed moment, isn't she? And he looks at me and goes, I was just thinking the same thing. And for people that don't know who Willis Reed is, in the 70s and with the Knicks, he gets hurt in the playoffs and he gets taken to the back and then out of nowhere comes running back out to the court and has this amazing rest of the game and the Knicks win the game. And in 08, something happened with Paul Pierce and the Celtics. Did the same thing, got carried out. That was a stupid rumor. He didn't really shit himself, but got carried out, and then he came running out onto the court, and then he hit 2 dagger threes against the Lakers, and the Celtics ended up winning the game. And so when I saw her walking out and getting helped out, that's the first thing that popped in my head. I'm like, she ain't really going. Like, this is going to be Willis Reed, Paul Pierce. She's coming back. And then from that point on, the last 2.5, 3 minutes of that match were phenomenal. It was... I mean, you got her in the figure 8, and then they jump off the rope on. Like, it was awesome. It was such a good ending. You had the mist. Like, everything about it was really, really well done. And then you have the cash in. Sky's music hits. Well, Bailey comes running down.
A cash in will,
save.
Usually,
yes,
save anything that might not have been too great or very predictable or anything like that.
Yeah, but I thought the match was saved just by the injury because it became more exciting. Now she comes back, and it seemed to pick the pace up, and they seemed a little bit more invested than maybe they were in the beginning of the match jitters. But I don't think the cash-in saved it. I think the injury angle saved it a little bit more, and then, of course, made it much bigger when Io Sky came out. But all in all, I thought, yes, the last 3 to 5 minutes were so much better than however long the beginning of the match was. I thought they did it well, and I'm glad Io Sky has the title.
I'm interested to see how this goes.
Mm-hmm. Like, who's next?
Well, I'm interested to see how she does as the champion.
So it's either... I think Asuka should be up. I think you have to run Asuka Io. Everyone wants that. But I honestly, and just saying this is so funny that we said how bad we said about triple threat matches and all that. This is the thing that I wouldn't mind a triple threat at Mania of somehow Dakota versus Bailey versus Io.
They break up?
Yes.
Well, at least there's a story built into it.
Yeah.
A good story. I'd be okay.
So, and I'm talking, long-term booking and someone getting jealous and blah, blah, blah. But I would love a triple threat maybe at 40 in Philly, those 3 in a triple threat for that title. But I really want to see Asuka, Io, maybe not first, but while she still has the title. Because I think those 2 are going to tear it up. I like their interaction already that they had within the last month or so. And on the Grayson Waller effect, they were back and forth. So that intrigues me. But yes, I can't wait to see what they do with Io, and hopefully
I'm intrigued.
They do it right.
A new champion. Although it wasn't really that great when they did it for Liv. So
no,
not overly.
Hopefully a little bit better than Liv.
Not overly optimistic, but hopefully interested.
So let's move to the main event. Main event, Jey Uso.
We're not missing anything?
We skimmed past Logan Paul and Ricochet, which I thought still didn't really impress me that much.
Seth and Finn.
I'm going to be honest. Not that it wasn't a great match. Because, of course,
was it predictable?
I wouldn't call it predictable. I didn't think it was predictable. Personally, I thought it was a really well-done match. I thought Finn should have won. I think already the workhorse champion is not a workhorse champion when you only defend it twice since you've won the title. I know you're in this story with the Judgment Day, and you defended against Priest, defended it against Finn. I thought Finn probably should have taken it. Me and you are big fans of factions. I thought this would benefit the Judgment Day if you have Finn champion, Dominic champion, Rhea champion, and Priest with the briefcase. Finn always looking over his back, not knowing if he can trust Priest. I think a lot can come of that. And Rollins doesn't need a title. He really doesn't need that World Heavyweight Championship. He was good to usher it in. Did he legitimize it yet? Maybe, maybe not, depending on your opinion, but I don't think Seth Rollins needs that title. I think it can be passed around a little bit, and I think it was time for Finn. But it was still a great match. I did not like it. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was fun. I could see the ending coming as soon as Priest came out with I never thought he was going to cash in, but it was what it was. It was good.
What if you would have cashed in? That would have gave you that same feeling probably, because now...
Yes. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I really would have loved to seen the kind of mental battle that Finn would have to go through with Priest. And now it's kind of, where do they go from here? Well, again, knowing where they go from here, thanks to Monday Night Raw, because you had a
Teddy Long special,
a 6-man tag
to
main event Raw, and they added Nakamura because Sami Zayn is hurt. So they protected Sami Zayn and put Nakamura in, and of course the baby faces go over, and Nakamura kicks the hell off of out of Seth Rollins to end the night. So it looks like it'll be Nakamura getting a little shot at Seth Rollins going forward, which is cool. I'm glad to see Nakamura being used, and if it's against Seth, great. At least you're giving someone a chance that hasn't had one in a while.
So Nakamura wrestled 2 matches last night.
Mm-hmm. 2 matches.
Yeah. Did he wrestle Bronson Reed?
I can't say he did for sure because I fast
Did
forward.
I imagine that?
I fast forward a good amount because I was a little behind, so I could have missed it. So I can't.
What happened to Sami Zayn? He got attacked.
Yeah, got attacked backstage. Yes, yes. By which is another interesting part of it, by Devlin from NXT, who was brought up. He attacked him, and he's in a black button-down black dress pants, and he's trying to impress the Judgment Day because I think he's making a bid to try and join the Judgment Day. So that would be pretty cool. I liked him in NXT. I thought he did a great job in NXT. Or, sorry, Devlin was his old name. JD McDonough is what they call him now. But, yeah, that's who attacked Sami Zayn. So I think that a lot of the storylines on Monday Night Raw have gotten a lot better. I thought Raw in general was better from everything that I watched. They moved storylines. You got new feuds. You're renewing a lot of things. I thought Raquel beating the shit out of Ripley, and then Candice comes down to try and separate and beat the shit out of Candice. Like, it felt like a real, and the Brawl's never producers and reps and holding them back. It never really feels that good. The best one was Undertaker and Rock when he said, "I'm going to kill you," and Taker said, "Oh, you're going to have to." Like, that was the best kind of brawl like that. But Raquel and Rhea looked like they laid that shit in. It looked real, and it looked great. It was fun to watch. So a lot of things happening on Raw that encouraging as far as going forward towards Payback, I think, is the next one in September. I think
it's called Ryback.
I don't think they would do
when
that.
You bring the rye back.
I don't think they would do that. No.
Bring the rye back.
No.
You don't like rye bread?
I love rye bread.
Yeah, see,
I don't like
you bring the rye. You bring the rye back. That's the pay-per-view. Come with a loaf.
Dad jokes.
Welcome to Ryback. We'll pinch your loaf.
For real? That's where you went with that? Bam! All right. Main event. Jey Uso. Roman Reigns.
Are you sure I can't sidetrack you one more time?
Probably. It'll happen, I'm sure.
Man, I really wish the genius had something. Wait, who am I? The thinker?
Really? You can't remember the brain? One of the greatest names in wrestling, Bobby the Brain Heenan. You couldn't remember the brain?
I can't. That's copyrighted. I have to be the thinker.
Okay. And even that's copyrighted because that's a famous statue.
It has nothing to do with wrestling.
No, it doesn't, but it's copyrighted. Exactly. Yes.
What?
Anyway, Tribal Combat, which I was a little sour on. It was a glorified no DQ match.
Yeah, we got to give it a fancy name.
You don't have to.
No,
you really don't. If you're going to be Tribal Combat, give me something. Give me Rikishi holding the necklace at ringside, and give me an elder. Give me something to kind of
tie it in.
Yeah, give me before the match. Do some kind of show of respect or whatever. Do something to tie this Tribal Combat in, not a glorified no DQ match. That being said, it was a good match. It was good. It had me hooked from start to finish. Solo obviously was predictable, but Jimmy turning was amazing. Yeah. It was great. And I hear a lot of people knocking it.
What is there to knock?
Because it doesn't make sense, because Jimmy was the one who told him to turn. But I think
but this is you're gonna find out Friday.
I think it's the jealousy thing. I think that's kind of the way you have to go with it.
Oh yeah,
they've been dropping these hints.
yeah. Main event Jey Uso.
Yeah,
main event.
Look, when he was supposed to come back and turn on Jimmy, and they're in the ring, and he said, "You out." And I'm out too. When he said that, but remember before Heyman said, or Roman said, there was only one person who didn't want you to be the right-hand man, and it wasn't Paul Heyman. He said, "Paul, tell him who it is." And Paul Heyman just goes and looks at Jimmy, and that's where you get that tension where he turns around. He was like, "You're supposed to have my back, and you didn't want." So that right there's a little tease, and then you have this. It has to be the jealousy thing, which is a great card to play. And I think these two going forward, Mania 40, they said it in an interview. It's their dream to face each other one-on-one at Mania. WrestleMania 40 in Philly. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Oh, man.
Yeah, but doesn't that bring? I mean, it all dependent on who wins.
Yeah, exactly. WrestleMania 40, WrestleMania period, forget just 40, but WrestleMania period, it's always the reset. It's the end of the WWE year. So what could possibly, whoever comes out, what they're going to do going forward, but those two, to see how Roman reacts, and I forget what they advertised for Friday, what they called it, but finding out that what Jimmy's going to say, and
what they called it.
Oh, TGIF. I miss TGIF. There's a good way to turn.
What show do you miss the most?
I can watch everything. You can stream everything now. I don't miss any of it.
Yeah, it's true.
Which, by the way, I'm going to sidetrack us.
Yes, True TV.
Home Improvement is on Disney Plus.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But Saturday morning,
So excited.
True TV runs Family Matters and Step by Step.
Yes. I've watched
for the whole morning and afternoon.
I know. I've caught 6 or 7 episodes one Saturday of Step by Step. Yeah, absolutely.
I got quit in the Step by Step.
Nice. Yeah.
A small victory. We take a small victory. She likes the theme song.
Of course.
Step by step.
How could you not?
Day by day.
Day by day. It's the same writers. Maybe even performers of, I think it's Full House, Step by Step, Family Matters. It was all done by the same guys. Of course. They're all good.
It's amazing.
They're all good.
Yeah.
So
good old Patrick Duffy.
Oh, I got the title for this already.
That good old Patrick Duffy.
I don't think we really missed anything thinking about it.
No,
purposely
it's
more intriguing than I thought it was going to be.
The top of wrestling is engulfed and swarmed by the tribal feud,
the tribal chief, and the bloodline.
The bloodline.
It is what it is.
It's still the top.
It is.
It's still the most. There's people that are.
You can argue
doing really well.
You could try and argue and say other, but I don't really believe there's a debate. I think it is number one in any wrestling promotion, anything. It is the best storytelling we have seen in a long time, if ever.
Yeah, this one's a long drawn out.
It is. And I think that's why there are the detractors of it are the younger wrestling fans who don't have the attention span. The attention span.
The knowledge. They weren't there for it. For the great storylines.
I don't think you have to be there, but just the attention span of being able to hang on and wait for payoffs and stuff like that.
I can't wait. Give me a 15-minute wait. You don't know what you're going for now. It's an interesting storyline. Fucking kids.
Anyway.
Someone will agree out there.
I'm sure a lot of people will agree.
Fuck these kids.
Sure. Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for watching, and we'll be talking to you very soon.